TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donation. Shalom ve'erev tov, good evening. Welcome to our daily TV7 Israel News Bulletin, broadcast from Jerusalem. The United States of America has scrapped its designation of Syria as a state sponsor of terror, effectively paving the way for unhindered foreign direct investments into the country. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan proclaims the dawn of a great and strong Türkiye has broken. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stresses that Israel faces many challenges ahead. The United States of America has scrapped its designation of Syria as a state sponsor of terror, effectively paving the way for unhindered foreign direct investments in a country still marred by hundreds of thousands of jihadis, repeated terror attacks against Christian, Druze, and Alawite minorities, and in which the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda continue to thrive. In a written statement by U.S. Secretary of State and National Security Advisor Marco Rubio, he wrote, quote, "Today, I authorized a formal rescission of Syria's designation as a state sponsor of terrorism following the conclusion of the mandatory 45-day congressional notification period. I have also delisted Hayat Tahrir al-Sham's designation as a specifically designated global terrorist. These actions represent another historic step by President Trump to give the Syrian people a path to prosperity." Washington's top diplomat further highlighted, quote, "These actions were all taken in recognition of the positive actions taken and further commitments by the Syrian government under President Ahmed al-Shara to fully distance Syria from acts of international terrorism." Meanwhile, the former field commander of the Syria branch of Al-Qaeda, the designated terror group responsible for the reprehensible, murderous terror attacks on September 11, 2001, among others, warmly welcomed the American decision.
In
the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you. Today, Syria is shaking off a dark burden and tearing out a painful chapter of its past to embark on a path of development, reconstruction, and rebuilding. Great people of Syria, you have done it again. The sanctions have been lifted and the restrictions removed. I ask God Almighty to help us serve you. I extend my deepest gratitude to the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, and to all the friendly and supportive nations that stood by us. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you.
Meanwhile, amid heightened tensions between Israel and Turkey over Ankara's unrelenting efforts to expand its military presence in Syria, which drew an Israeli airstrike on Syria's northwestern Abu Duhur airbase last week, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan asserted that his country will not scale back its involvement in its southern neighbor.
We will not abandon any friend or brother halfway when they have placed their trust in us. Just because some people do not want it, because some people are worried, because some people's plans are being disrupted, we will not refrain from striving to establish peace in our region. Nor will we give up supporting our neighbors and recovering just because criminal networks with the blood of innocents on their hands are disturbed by it.
Subsequently, in an address to supporters of his Islamist AK party, President Erdogan claimed that the world has entered a new age in which Turkey is at center stage.
Let no one have any doubts. Just like these monuments here, we will all witness the rise of a great and strong Turkey on the horizon. The dawn of a great and strong Turkey has broken. The construction of the century of Turkey has begun. With Allah's permission, the horizon ahead of us is clearer and brighter.
President Erdogan continued by insisting that Turkey will defeat Israel, labeling the Jewish state and its people blood merchants, genociders, and opportunists who profit from terrorism.
The blood merchants will lose. The opportunists who profit from terrorism will lose. The genocides who seek to plunge our region into instability will lose. The forces of humanity will prevail. Brotherhood will prevail. Peace and stability will prevail. The Turkish nation, with its 86 million citizens, will prevail.
Turning to Israel, where Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed a growing number of predominantly Jewish communities throughout the West Bank districts of Judea and Samaria, asserting that the biblical heartland of the Jewish people is Israel's land and that it will remain as such for eternity.
אני אומר לכם, מאמץ אדיר של הממשלה לממש את חזון הדורות.
I tell you, a tremendous effort by the government to realize the vision of generations. And of course, a tremendous effort by you, and reality is changing against our interests. Yesterday, I was with the Minister of Defense and the Secretary of the Government at Central Command. The first thing I wanted to see, I said, show me a map. I want to see a map. This is a habit I acquired in my youth. And when I see the map and I see dots, 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 covering everything, I know that we are not only ensuring our existence in the present, we are ensuring the existence of the Jewish people in the future. 160 farms, 104 settlements that we established and settled. And some of this was done during the previous American administration, and some of this was done during the current American administration. And it is not easy, it is never easy. The land of Israel was bought in agony. Sometimes with smiles, sometimes with arguments, but it was bought by us. We do not give up. We have a vision. This is our land, and it will remain ours for eternity.
זוהי הארץ שלנו, והיא תישאר שלנו לעד.
Prime Minister Netanyahu continued by highlighting ongoing efforts to uproot the Jewish people from their ancestral homeland.
יש כמובן מאבק גדול מאוד סביבנו.
There is, of course, a very big struggle around us to uproot us not only from the heart of our country, to uproot us from the state of Israel in general, in an effort that received great resonance and momentum in these 3 years during the War of Redemption. And this year, the last year, that we operated in both Rising Lion and Roaring Lion, they did not come to uproot us. I want to tell you what they came to do. They came to destroy us. With joint forces, we repelled them, and they are currently being beaten and wounded. This axis, which we broke, has not yet disappeared. But we are making a great effort, and we are determined to ensure that there will be no threat. Not from the Gaza Strip, and we have done a lot in this regard. Not from Lebanon, and we have done a lot in this regard. Not from Syria. We have security zones today within these countries. We are determined to ensure, I am determined to ensure that there will be no threat from Iran either.
לא יהיה איום מאיראן.
The Israeli leader went on to address President Donald Trump's latest decision to launch Operation Economic Outcast against the Islamic Republic of Iran.
הנשיא טראמפ, אני שוחחתי איתו לפני כמה שבועות בבית הלבן.
President Trump, I spoke with him a few weeks ago in the White House in the Oval Office, and we talked about 3 options. I told him one option exists that, of course, you will make a deal, a good deal. We have no objection. I doubt that with this group there, with these savages, an agreement can be made. I tell you, it is impossible to make an agreement. Second option, those washed-up words, kinetic option. In short, a military move. I told him we are there, we will defend ourselves, we will not let Iran attack us, And if, God forbid, they attack us, they will suffer a blow they have never dreamed of, much stronger than they have suffered so far, much more.
שהם לא חלמו עליה, הרבה יותר חזקה ממה שהם ספגו עד עכשיו. הרבה יותר. ואמרתי, יש גם אפשרות שלישית.
And I said there is also a third option, and the third option is to tighten the blockade.
להדק את המצור.
Decide. Yesterday, he confirmed this decision in something very, very, very strong.
ההחלטה הזאת בדבר מאוד 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 חזק.
Prime Minister Netanyahu further stressed that President Trump's approach was essentially brilliant, while further highlighting that for Israel, many challenges remain ahead.
מה שהנשיא טראמפ עשה אתמול,
What President Trump did yesterday was to tighten the blockade on Iran. Not by tightening the blockade on Iran, but by tightening the blockade on those who are helping this regime, this terrible dictatorship. This is a very important thing. And I want to tell you that we have more challenges ahead of us. The Iran challenge is not over yet. We need to also end the challenges in Gaza, in Lebanon, and other arenas, and we are determined to do it.
ואנחנו נחושים לעשות את זה.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News, which is made possible by the generosity of our viewers. If you're blessed by our productions and would like to help support TV7 Israel, which operates as a nonprofit and is exclusively donation-based, you can donate via our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. Please keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Essen, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, until our next update, Shalom from Jerusalem.